Hello, hello. Guess what happened? My computer crashed again right before the stream. At least this time it wasn't on the loading screen immediately. Excuse me while I get my microphone situated. I don't know if there's a good angle I can go at from here. Hold on.
Ponyboy Horse says. Late.
I know. Things have been happening, Ponyboy. Things have been happening. Holy hell. Why is it so hard? Alright, I guess this is gonna be close enough. But yeah, hello. Hi, Ponyboy. How's it going? I'm looking for something to help me open up this box here. We're starting out doing some Palworld.
I presently exist.
Well, that's good. It would kind of suck if you didn't exist. In some way or another.
Ponyboy Horse says. I didn't need to see uncensored hands from the residential hand pervert.
Oh, excuse me, I didn't have time to remove my transmutation spell and reveal my original form right now. I'm still in full human form. But yeah, let's get into this. You know, things have been kind of crazy. Had car trouble this week, but we figured out, we charged up the battery for like an hour, and it was a fresh battery, by the way. The car wouldn't start, so I got a ride to work from my dad, and while I was at work, he got a new battery, and the battery didn't start. So then the next day we were digging around trying to figure out what was up with it, and we ended up just like charging the battery for like an hour, and then it started up again, and it ran fine all week until like 2 hours ago when I decided, oh, okay, I'm gonna go get some Burger King, as I often do before the stream. And then guess what? I tried to start up the car. It starts, sits for a second, and then stalls out. And it just wouldn't start back up again. So we got it charged back up again. And hopefully that'll last for a while until we can figure out what the actual problem is. And then I get everything set up for stream. And it's there for like an hour. Ready to go. And I'm just kind of playing around. Prepping my mind mentally for the stream. And it's like 1 minute until the stream starts. I'm like, okay, let's get ready for this. Blue screen. Blue screen immediately before the stream. It's a good day. I'm telling you, it's a good day. But yeah, Palworld. Palworld, the card game. The official card game.
Ponyboy Horse says. When are you making Crytures trading cards?
Look, I've been thinking about it. I've been thinking about it off and on, but you know, the main game is coming first. Now, honestly, this stuff is a little bit of a ripoff, I'm gonna be honest. You can see on the box here, 7 cards per pack, 12 packs per box. There are small boxes and small packs. Fortunately, I was able to score a couple boxes before scalpers realized that these were coming out. So I got them for an okay price. As opposed to what you would pay now. But yeah, let's dig into these things. Oh! I hate the way modern TCGs package their freaking cards. Do you see this? There's like plastic stuff underneath the foil. And it always... Once you hit the plastic part, it's just like awful trying to tear through it.
Ponyboy Horse says, they want you to damage the cards.
Apparently.
Zero Festiva Zero says, when that Pelosi hits too hard.
We don't hit the Pelosi here. Okay, Festiva. Alright, we got Daydream's necklace here. I don't know if I really want to get into the, like, all the reading of the cards. They really, like... Let's see, I don't know if it can really focus enough for you to read that. But the way they
Ponyboy Horse
word
says,
the abilities on the cards...
Is that a dog collar?
No, it's a Daydream color. But...
Zero Festiva Zero says, it is in the actual lore that you in fact do hit that Pelosi.
But we don't do that here. Not here. Key word there. But yeah, the wording of the abilities on the cards is kind of convoluted. I wish they were a little more simple about it. Let's see. Choose up to one main name Daydream Pal from your hand and deploy it. Action, rest this card, choose one pal, and it gets plus 200 attack, I guess, until end of turn. It becomes night until end of the opponent's turn. It seems like there's just a lot of stuff to keep track of. We got Blaze Howl here. Serpent. Antique Dresser. Then they also got these sideways cards. Not a super big fan of that. Let's see. This is an uncommon. Digitoids. Another uncommon. Here we have an RR, a double rare, I suppose. I don't know how they check their rares. Suzaku Hellfire Wings. Let's see, it says... It's got a continuous ability. It's a Lucky Pal, by the way. A Lucky Pal. When your red card would deal damage other than battle damage to a pal.
That card is worth 25,000.
I highly doubt that. Deal 200 damage instead. Deal plus 200 damage instead. Okay. And on deploy, choose up to one pal and deal 700 damage. To that pal, I would presume. I have not actually gotten a chance to try this game out yet. Okay, I guess I should have just opened it the other way instead of trying to... There we go. I don't know what happened to just the old way of packaging cards. I know we gotta have everything so it's got like a loop so you can put it on a rack. And it's got this big floppy part on top of it. That's like every small card game now. The VTuber card game I checked out a while back was like that too. Had a hell of a time opening those. Lavander. Oh, there's yours, Festiva. Nox, Blaze Howl. Awful name, by the way, Blaze Howl. Come on. Pen King, there's our uncommons. Depresso, Kitsun, and Pingullet. Just a regular rare. They got a nice little foiling effect, I do like that.
Are you jealous you didn't think of Blaze Howl first?
No, my names are much better actually.
Zero Festiva Zero says. No, we smashing the octopus and goth Taco Bell lady.
Goth Taco Bell lady? You don't like, what's the one I'm thinking of? Leafan? Or Sekhmet? We found an egg! We got Lifmunk. Also kind of a weird name.
Zero Festiva Zero says. Belenoir.
Belenoir. I think I just got that one in the game recently. Which, I could have gotten it a long time ago. I had the slabs and the stuff to summon it. I just never really got around to it. Those are uncommons. We got a ranch.
Zero Festiva Zero
Crest.
Sekhmet was made for the meme.
Sekhmet is definitely meme material. But still. Let's see, this is just a regular rare. Not a lucky pal, just a normal pal, by the way. Let's see. On deploy, you draw one card. And once per turn, discard a card from your hand and look at the top 5 cards of your deck. Choose up to 2 6 cost or less structures from among them and deploy them. And shuffle the rest of the cards with your deck. Okay. It costs 8. A whopping 8. Now one thing I'm not too keen on with this game is that it has like a... It has basically like mana or energy cards, but they're like in a separate deck. I've never really been fond of card games that use like a separate deck from the main deck. I feel like that's a clunky way to resolve certain issues. Obviously, the way I resolved it in the card game I made years back was the best way. And that's where, like, each card at the bottom, when you turn it upside down, it has like a resource section. So if you have, it has like a mana system, but instead of having designated cards that take up space in your deck, they're just like on the bottom of each card, and you would play the card upside down as like one of your resources, and that would let you get the stuff you use to play the other cards and pay their costs. Anyway, we got Tansy, Viewing Cage, Alarm Bell, Elphadran, there's our uncommon, and Dumud. Hello, we got multiple foils here, boys. Victor's Strategy. Choose one of the following. Look at the top 5 cards of your deck, choose one card from among them and add it to your hand, and shuffle the rest of the cards with the deck. Or choose one pal and return it to your hand. Or draw X cards, where X is equal to the number of your structures. Your structures. I still want to read it as structures you control.
25 says. The Resour system was.
Hey. How's it going, super dude? I haven't seen you hanging out on stream for a long time.
8325 says, you made a similar system before, right?
Yeah, that's what I was referring to before. Let's see, this is just a regular rare. Let's see, what is this? Cola vending machine? I've not run across this in the actual game yet. Dang, you can hardly even see the artwork on that on the screen because of the oiling. Anyways, it says, once per turn consume, I think that's food. Assign one pal and choose one soul, stand it, then choose up to 3 times of X number of souls and stand them. Of course, I think stand is like their term for like untapping.
SuperDude8325 says, funnily enough, I'm playing Palworld right now, lol. Breeding some whales.
Breeding some whales. Are these the big ones? Or are you talking like the little guys? Or am I thinking of the right one? I don't know. I was screwing around in the ice biome earlier today and I found a lucky one. Like those little round things. I'm not sure if they're seals or they're supposed to be like land whales or what. I don't know. But I found a lucky one. That was cool. We got B-Guard. Direhow. Another bad name.
SuperDude8325 says, yes, the big one.
Ah, the big one. I've not gotten far enough to see the big one myself. By the way, yeah, Direhow, that just doesn't roll off the tongue very well. You gotta really... When you're smashing two words together, you gotta make sure they roll off the tongue well.
Though there is an even bigger one later on in the game, that guy is huge. Ponyboy Horse says, why do you hate the dogs?
Well, dogs are definitely not my favorite animal, but... We got Ruby. I'm not sure if that's supposed to be a play on like the gemstone ruby or what. I'm not sure of the etymology behind the word ruby.
Ponyboy Horse says, cringe.
Cringe? What's cringe? Violet? Okay, we're in the uncommons now. Menacing. Why is this one a lucky pal? It's not even rare or anything. I don't get how they determine that. Univolt. Oh, this thing's fun. I was riding around on this thing yesterday, just like running over lamb balls and low-level creature. They're called pals. Pals, that's what they're called. Low-level pals at the beginning area so I could like farm them and capture a whole bunch with like no effort. And I got like the first 3 and another one up to like maxed out stars.
Zero Festiva Zero says, lucky pals are their version of shinies.
Yeah, I know, but it says right there, it says lucky pals if you can't read that. And I'm not sure why this one in particular is a lucky pal. This one is too. Not sure how they decide that for the card game.
25 says, Univolt's really sick. He's cool.
Yeah, he's a nice fast mount. Nice when you don't have to actually fly around. Foxbart's Harness. This is our rare. Let's see, rest this card, choose one pal, and it gets 200 attack until end of turn. If its main name is Foxbart's, it gets the skill in parentheses until end of turn. That skill is on attack, choose up to one pal and deal 700 damage to it. Okay. That's another thing. I was talking about how they like get kind of convoluted with the wordings. Like if this thing says if its main name is Fox Sparks, it gets the skill in brackets until end of turn.
Says, you got a good flying mount yet?
I'm usually flying around on Ragnahawk most of the time. I could probably upgrade by now, but I don't really feel like changing up my team. That one was a pain to open.
Why are you gay?
Who says I'm gay?
Hey.
You are gay.
Pony boy. Who you calling gay? Blessing of the Flower Spirit? Oh yeah, we have event cards. There's not very many of them as far as I can tell.
SuperDude8325 says, oh nice. Ragnahawk is a good fire pal. With some supporting pals you can do a lot of damage. Ponyboy Horse says,
Stone Pickaxe, Cryolinks. Why are Yugi? I don't know why you're Yugi. Wumpo. Oh, look at that. He's a lucky pal too. I don't know why. I don't know why.
SuperDude8325
Flame
says,
Cauldron.
also don't neglect the soul upgrades on pals. I did that and regretted it.
Yeah, it's just, it takes so long to go out and like farm specific pals and capture them all. I maxed out a few recently. I think Gummoss is the strongest one I have maxed out. And he was easy because he's kind of like an early area pal, and I could just trample him on Univolt and then throw a ball and basically have a guaranteed capture. Crytures. Okay, just a regular rare. This one's also a lucky pal.
Zero Festiva
It's a rare
says,
at least.
I have not done any sort of maxing out until I get a breeding base set up.
Yeah, that's another thing. I've got a breeding base, but I haven't really done much with it yet. Anyways, Crytures, let's see.
SuperDude8325 says, what level are you?
I'm level like 60 something by now, but I way out level my pals, and I'm not nearly up on the tech tree as far as my level goes.
Zero Festiva Zero says, currently getting my farming and grazing base set up next to my mining base.
I basically got a mining base that's my main base, and then another one that has farming and breeding like in the starter baby area next to the waterfall. And they cook the food. I need to make a third one at some point.
SuperDude8325 says, you got Ancient Core?
Ancient Core? I don't know off the top of my head. Anyways, let's see. Crytures got once per turn, butcher one other pal. Butcher is their term for sacrifice, I think. And this card gets plus 1000 attack and plus 1 player damage. Oh yeah, they have different stats for how much damage they deal to pals and how much damage they deal to players.
Zero Festiva
Which is a little annoying.
Says, I am setting up a ring of oil rig southwest of the volcano.
Let's see. There's also got when your pal is butchered, choose up to 1 cost X normal pal from your graveyard and deploy it in the rest state. X is equal to the cost of the butchered pal minus 1. Okay, so you can just keep feeding pals to Crytures. Alright. We're halfway through. Like I said, the boxes aren't very big. Otherwise, I might not have done this and taken an entire stream just to do a box opening. But we can finish this up and then go back to doing art. Got a Lavander again, another B-Guard, T-Fent, another Depresso, or a Reptyro. This is a super rare. The foiling's a little different. I don't think it's really as good looking. It's a lot more subtle. I guess the main part of the art isn't actually foiled at all. I guess that's what makes it super rare. Ooh, it's kind of hard to read too. Let's see, on deploy get 3 wood?
Super Dude 8325 says, you will need ancient cores later in the game. Make you pals go on expeditions at all time. Catch a bunch of lamals and 4-star them and you got a great expedition team. Get as many as you can.
I might have ancient cores, but I just don't know off the top of my head.
Super Dude 8325 says, stars matter more for expeditions.
Yeah, I definitely noticed that when I maxed out my Gummoss, because he's like the strongest expedition pal now.
There's you tip of the day.
I think I'm up to the 4th expedition available. I need to go and fight more tower bosses, because I'm definitely high enough level to fight the next one. I just need to get out there and do it. Well, let's see. Once per turn, he can consume 3 wood. And look at the top 5 cards of your deck. Choose up to 1 8 cost or less gear from among them and deploy it. And shuffle the rest of the cards into your deck. Now, we got like 3 whole rares in this pack. Okay. I guess that kind of makes up for the fact that the packs are only 7 cards big.
Zero Festiva Zero says, I hit level 60 before the 3rd boss because I had to explore the whole map. Super Dude 8325 says, I got bottlenecked a few times and it sucked.
Yeah, I feel like the default leveling rate is just too high. Like, you have to just constantly pursue like the main objectives and nothing else for the leveling to really make sense to me. Like I said, I'm way beyond like the technology that I can actually use. My tech is way below my level. My pals are like 5 to 10 levels lower than I am. It's kind of like, okay, something's a little imbalanced here. Anyways, Hell Zephyr. It's nocturnal, so if it's night, this card gets plus 300 attack. And when your nocturnal pal is deployed, if it's night, choose up to 1 pal with cost less than or equal to that. And put it into the graveyard. If you put 1 more or more pals this way at the end of turn, rest this card. That is such a weird wording. I'm still trying to figure out what it means.
Bonaboy Horse says, is there a word for the opposite of nocturnal?
Diurnal. That's what they call it. Okay, so anytime you play a nocturnal card at night, choose up to 1 pal.
8325 says, how's the complexity in this game? Bonaboy Horse says, we are learning new things here today.
Yeah, I suppose so. This game seems like it plays pretty much 1-to-1 with Magic the Gathering, except mana is generated from a separate deck. Other than that, it's just kind of like it's weirdly worded. They've got the different stats for PAL damage and player damage. I think you start with 10 life, each player does. But yeah, it plays very similar to Magic, which is one of the reasons I picked it up. And Pingola Rocket Launcher. Just a regular rare. Rest this card and choose one PAL and it gets plus 200 until end of turn. If its main name is Pingola, instead it gets plus 500 and the skill in parentheses until end of turn. In parentheses is rest this card, choose all your opponent's PALs and they get X damage. X is equal to this card's damage. Put this card into the graveyard. Wordy ass cards. You know what? I haven't smelled these cards. We need to do a smell test. We need to open a fresh pack and then do a smell test. That's probably one of the most disappointing fresh card spells I've ever smelled. You can barely even smell it. There's hardly anything in there.
SuperDude8325 says. Some Yu-Gi-Oh wording right there.
Yeah. Wooden wall. T-Fant again. I got another Serpent. Primitive Furnace, I don't think we've seen that one yet. That's the uncommon zone we're in. Digitoise's Headband. Oh, and we got another double rare pack. And there's Digitoise himself. We got him and his headband in the same pack.
SuperDude8325 says. Hogwood Wall my goat.
I guess this icon up in the corner here indicates a lucky pal. Let's see, he says continuous, if you have 10 or more souls, this card gets plus 1000 attack and plus 1 strike. Okay, I guess we're calling that power. Power and strike is PAL damage and player damage. Let's see, once per turn you can consume 2 food, and until end of the turn this card gets plus 500 power, and the skill in brackets. That skill being breakthrough parentheses when the opposing combat PAL is put into a graveyard during this card's attack. The opposing player is also dealt damage. I assume it's dealt an amount of damage equal to... Oh, it's the opposing player, so it must be this damage.
SuperDude8325 says. Wait, is there a food system?
I think food is basically like little tokens that you can accumulate. It's not like the standard resources that you use to play your cards. I think those are PAL souls. And they come with the decks.
AI viewers stream book.
AI viewers? AI viewers? Pony boy, you on top of the butt? There we go. That's my mod at work.
Bonk. SuperDude8325 says. Okay.
Anyways, we got Patalia. On deploy, gain 1 life, choose 2 souls says, and stand them.
There is only room for 1 bot here, and that's Dice Bag.
What about Geronimo?
SuperDude8325 says. LOLAI viewers.
Those boys are always lurking around Twitch. I don't remember seeing any of them last week,
Geronimo is begrudgingly tolerated.
Until he mispronounces something you say, right, Pony Boy? I haven't seen this one before. Dark Cannon.
Geronimo Sagev.
We got double rares again. They look like they're big ones. Treasure chest found. Oh, look at that lamb ball.
Their cloaks were threadbare, their souls were torn.
Pyron.
Super Dude
Rare,
83 says,
no ability.
Look, I
pal.
jump platforms.
Okay.
Ponyboy Horse
We got
says,
another Pain King.
Ohio Super Sad.
Alright, here we go. Look at this. One of the full art ones. Relaxosaurus. The rarity says SP.
Ponyboy
I'm not
Horse
sure what
says,
that is.
Geronimo can't speak Japanese, it seems.
No. Let's see. On deploy, choose up to one 6-cost or less PAL and rest it. While this card is in the base, that card does not stand. Okay, so he just freezes a dude. And we got a full art special Patalia. I already read that one. Wait. And
Super
a
Dude
normal
83
foil
says,
Reptyro.
Was watching on YouTube and got out to Twitch for this.
Ah, good, good. The YouTube channel is kinda dead. Twitch is a lot more active. Personally, I hate both, but beggars can't be choosers. Okay, so the Battalia is an OSR rarity.
Ponyboy Horse says, on Twitch we can do cool things like this. Super Dude 83 says, got to get them channel point BO1.
Right? Damn, that's loud.
Super Dude 83 says, LOL.
I really gotta do something about that. And I say that,
Ponyboy Horse says,
but I will forget.
Nerf my Jeopardy, redeem my STG.
I'm just gonna turn the volume down, that's all.
Super Dude 83 says, oh gosh my ears.
Hey, the Black Marketeer. Anyways, he's just a common. Wumpo Botan. Is it just me, or like, does Wumpo Botan show up in the game before the normal Wumpo? Which seems backwards, but I feel like every time I've played Palworld, that's how it's worked out. I don't know why they do that. Malchrist. We got Fox Sparks. Also, here's a pet peeve on naming conventions and game mechanics. They also have a Fox Sparks Christ, which is a, you know, the ice version of it. But it's still called Fox Sparks. Why does it have sparks in the name if it's an ice monster? I keep mixing up the names. Pals, Creatures, Monsters. I default to Creatures, obviously. That's the one I say the most. Anyways, moving on. The adventure begins. That's a lot of words, Palworld guys. Hello? Lightly knocked. A super rare. Let's see. There you go, you guys can take a look at that.
Super Dude 83 says, it's a subspecies.
Yeah, but it doesn't make the name match. It makes the name not match.
Super Dude 83 says, so same name ain't convention.
They do the same thing in Pokemon. Like if you're gonna make something that's basically identical, but it's a completely different typing, and the original one had a naming convention that suggested one specific typing, then they should just be different ones that look similar.
Super Dude 83 says, I'm going to go see a bear and snow bear. Polar bear.
Yes, but you don't have a fire bear and a fire bear crest. We don't have fire bears. Anyways, this says, rest this card, discard one card from your hand, choose one 6 cost or less PAL from your graveyard and deploy it in the rest state. Also, is it just me or do they sometimes say cost inconsistently? I could have sworn after they gave a number in like this format, they would still say cost on other cards. And lamp. It's a rare, guys. The lamp is rare. What does the lamp do? Let's see, once per turn, you can put the top 3 cards of your deck in your graveyard.
CRYST at the beginning would be better. CRYST Fox's Sparks. Or Frost Sparks.
Nah, it should be like Fox Crest or something. That would make more sense. So it doesn't have sparks in it. Because ice doesn't spark.
Lamp.
That's the thing. Anyways, put the top 3 cards of your deck into your graveyard and it becomes night until the end of the opponent's turn. And all your pals get the skill in parentheses, aka Nocturnal. That is such oh. Just say all your pals get Nocturnal. I need to have a word with the devs on this. Very unnatural wording on these things. Alright, at least we've mastered opening the packs and shredding them to pieces.
Super Dude 83
No pals
says,
beyond sign.
how does the day-night system work?
In the card game, it's just some cards will say it becomes nocturnal or it becomes night until the end of your opponent's next turn, I guess. I think that's the only way it happens. It's not really a system as it is just an ability. And then anything that's nocturnal gets a bonus. And anything that triggers on nighttime triggers. Loopmon. I noticed this guy's not nocturnal. He doesn't have nocturnal on his card.
Super Dude 83 says, so default is day.
Yes, default is day. Sphere Workbench. Feed Box. Or in the uncommons. Menacing. And the adventure begins again. And our last rare is Pyron Noct. That is a very shiny thing. Let's see what he does. He is nocturnal, so they got that right. And let's see. You can discard this card as an interrupt, or discard this card, one other card from your hand. Okay, that's alternate costs. Nullify the opponent's attack, battle damage does not occur. Okay. So you can discard them from your hand to stop an opponent's attacks. Oh yeah, I got one more. That was not the last rare. Alright, boys. Praying for one of the high rarity waifus. We got Daydream. Another treasure chest. Another sphere workbench. Another feed box. Ragnarok, speak of the devil.
What if you get that one pink lizard lady?
Well, I've got several of those pink lizard ladies already. I don't know if those appear at higher rarities or not because they're freaking commons. Ragnarok is a lucky pal. He's just an uncommon though. Merilith. Also not nocturnal. And last rare is Gobfin Ignis.
Horse says, of course you have several pink lizard ladies already.
Look, I can't control what pops up in the packs, buddy. Let's see, he says, all your other red pals get plus 300 power. That's just a continuous effect. He's only got 400 though, he's kind of a wuss.
Super Dude 80.
Gotta have him sit on the sidelines, I guess.
Boy Horse, you know we got them lattice.
Yeah, I think we got the lizard pretty early on. Look at that, it's like in the second pack. You happy now, Pony Boy? Let's see. I think he's the only Pal Tamer card we got. Victor. Let's see, that was quite a pack right there. And that one. I had a couple of really good packs. I don't know about the actual value of them. Not super worried about all that.
Boy Horse says, that pink lizard lady is unfortunately going to be the awakening for some boy like Pokemon was for my generation.
I don't know, I feel like there's plenty of other things that could lead to an awakening in current year. Maybe it'll be the first one for somebody. But Palworld also has a lot of other potential ones. They really doubled down on the monster waifus when the full game came out. Excuse me, I'm just tweaking my setup here so we can get onto drawing. See, I'm too big. I'm too big for my desk. We can't even see the Tomeboys. freaking
Ponyboy
ordinance
Horse
is in the
says,
way from the last
I
stream.
want the record to show that I only like the Pokemon ladies, like Misty and Gloria.
Alright, we'll get this guy out of the tomboy's face. Misty, though? Misty is like a low-tier
Super Dude
Pokemon
83
waifu, to be
says,
honest.
You should see the other Gunnar bait. See comment.
Oh, I've seen them. I have a couple.
Ponyboy Horse says, Misty is a short-haired redhead. She is S tier.
Oh, I guess that is like right up your alley, isn't it?
Super Dude 83 says, funnily enough, she's one of the best base pals.
Yeah, there's a reason I have two of them. I'm particularly fond of Leafan. I think it's a very cute looking pal. Well, it's Crytures time, boys. We got these guys to deal with now.
Super Dude 83 says, oh yeah, that's the reason.
They are cute. Let's see. I should probably get a reference for these things. Now that I'm thinking about it. Let's see, what are these called? Toxid. Can't even remember the names of my own things a lot of the time. Here we go. Gonna need to do more
says, like to see
art
the
of
working
these.
animations. They're funny. Like Depresso is really funny anytime he does stuff.
Yeah, he's always just like bored and dying. I don't think I've ever used Depresso at the base. There's one that I can't remember off the top of my head. Oh yeah, the like jester
says,
rabbit.
Put him in and watch him.
I forget the name. But that one just looks like they're bored out of their mind when they're working. And we gotta thicken up the bags on the eyes of these things. That looks better. Oh yeah, my parents convinced me to watch the He-Man movie with them since it was on Netflix or something or other recently. It was freaking awful. Possibly one of the worst movies I've ever seen.
Ponyboy Horse says, the Skeletor clips looked hard.
There's like a few scenes where I was like, oh, this might actually be good.
Superdude83 says, yeah, I didn't like that movie very much.
It was so bad, man. I was ranting about it on Twitter, and I said, like, the worst part is that some of it is good, but like the other 90% or so is just awful, cringy millennial humor.
Superdude83 says, Skeletor was the only reason I liked it a little bit.
Skeletor was kind of the first point where the millennial humor kicked in. He does like the whole invasion scene at the castle, and he like starts laughing and shit, and everybody just starts kind of looking around like, oh, what is this guy doing? Oh, this is weird. And he kind of like breaks the fourth wall and starts doing meta humor about it, and it's like, ugh. It's gonna be one of those, is it? I wish they would just take one of these things that's, you know, kinda weird and goofy, just on the face of it, and actually, like, play it straight, instead of just making jokes at its expense. That drives me crazy. Why can't you just, like, take it as if it's, like, a serious thing in world? Why does Fisto's nickname have to be a joke in the actual scenes? Why do all their nicknames have to be a joke in the actual scenes? Why can't they just be like nicknames that they go by, as they were in the actual thing? But no, we have to constantly make jokes about those.
Says, yeah, the naming this was a huge disappointment. Superdude83 says, really dropped the ball on that.
Yeah, that shit always gets my goat. Especially because you have things like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, right? Now that's probably just as goofy as He-Man. It's like really over the top. Everything's got weird naming conventions, like things are named after music and albums and music artists and stuff. But nobody stops and goes like, hold on, wait a minute, like this song? Says, they just act like it's normal.
What the heck was the sword doing in a comic book store?
That is a good question.
83 says, like what?
I guess somebody just found it? What really got me is that when they showed Castle Grayskull for the first time, it was literally just like right next to the palace. Like what? Castle Grayskull is like supposed to be some kind of mysterious magical place with all kinds of secrets to it, and it's like why is it a 5-minute walk from the palace? Also, why do they just have the power sword there? That's also supposed to be kind of a secret thing.
Superdude83 says, they made is a McDonald's. Superdude83 says, just go over there and grab you daily double sword.
Yeah. Well, it gets on my nerves how so many of these things that they do reboots for just like completely disregard established lore on the things. That's why I don't watch them. But I like He-Man, so I figured I'd give it a try, and it was one of the worst decisions I've made in a while.
Woods where the trees are all hollow, like ribs in weathered hoods. The bark bends like cold knuckles, the branches claw the air, and every root remembers a hunger-laden prayer.
Oh well, I only had to watch it once, now I can forget about it. Or continue to complain about it, that's always a thing. People like complaining. Oh yeah, they're also doing some cartoon of Golden Axe now. And it's like literally the same thing. They didn't even try to hide it in the trailer, it's just like straight up cringy millennial meta humor about Golden Axe, not something that actually takes place in the world. Saw some people complaining about that on Twitter. I'm like, oh, they did the same thing they did with He-Man. Wow.
SuperDude83 says, did you go to the end credits scene?
No, I don't think I did. I think I was ready to leave by then. Was there something somewhat interesting there?
Ponyboy Horse says, I hate movies with scenes after credits. SuperDude83 says, it was a She-Ra teaser, so expect even more garbage.
She-Ra?
SuperDude83 says, I think.
What happened? Did it have Hordak?
If you hear the timber crying, do not answer, do not run. The long night has a master, and she wears the vanished sun. She guards the thorn and hollow, she guards the root and rot. She keeps the moon from breaking where the wilder moon wins not.
I'm not sure about that color.
SuperDude83 says, just the lady standing. Link says,
Just the lady.
I've received 100 messages today with Restream chat. SuperDude83 says, she was looking at some base to raid or something.
Which lady are we talking about? Was it a different character? Because She-Ra was not in...
SuperDude83 says, I'm not knowledgeable about the lore. SuperDude83 says, I don't know anymore.
Okay. My hotkeys are not working for some reason. Okay. Now She-Ra was a completely different character that was separate from like anyone in Masters of the Universe. It wasn't just like Tila but with He-Man powers.
What's Hammond's twin sister?
Yeah. His twin sister in like another dimension or something.
We lay hands on living things. No child lost, no old alone. We guard this land, our only home.
Let me try an actual brush here. I keep thinking I need to actually put some texture in my artwork.
SuperDude83 says, I'm gonna be honest, I'm just lost now.
That's understandable if you're not a Motu fan. So She-Ra is Princess Adora, which was like He-Man's or Adam's long-lost twin sister or something, and she's in like another planet or something like that. Another planet or another dimension, I don't know. Could be either, given He-Man lore. But her main villain is like
SuperDude83 says,
Skeletor's mentor.
some Reddit post was talking about Orko and She-Ra in it. SuperDude83 says, so yeah.
I saw Orko at the very end. I don't recall seeing She-Ra. I mean, regardless, I'm probably not gonna see no She-Ra movie after the way the He-Man movie looked. I wasn't really into She-Ra to begin with. It was the girl one. After all. Because of course they had to have a girl He-Man. It was too successful to try and not get girls in on it. Even though girls were already getting He-Mans. That's where I got my He-Mans, is for my freaking sister. I'm not old enough to actually have been around during the first He-Man craze. It was even before my time.
SuperDude83 says, wasn't even born dead.
Yeah, I know.
Not caution's hand, our sacred oath, our solemn yield, to guard the weak with sword and shield. When foes defy, we never bend.
A lot of people were not.
Shaken to the end.
I mean, when it first came out, I wasn't even born yet. I became a Motu fan from hand-me-downs and VHS tapes.
SuperDude83 says, LOL.
At dawn they ride the old stone road with maps and scrolls and lantern gold. They name the storms, they trace the signs where hidden wonders change with time. Rosy blooms beside the stream, a lizard crown of fruit and green. We laugh and taste the
SuperDude83 says. Also, is the text-to-speech default to say the names of the users every time we chat?
Yes. What? I don't know if it's the default, but it's the setting I have. That way I know who said what. When they're saying mean things to me in chat.
Bonaboy Horse says. That text-to-speech is named Geronimo. Put some respect on his name.
Come on, Ponyboy, you could at least spell his name right. His name's not Geronimo. Okay, what's going on here? Oh, you got the wrong setting on my fill tool.
Bonaboy Horse says. As if he would spell my name right if given a chance. SuperDude83 says. Ponyboy Horse, well, I don't know that, gosh dang it. He never introduced himself now, did he?
Okay, well, see, we have our cast of characters here. Down here, this is you guys. This little pointy hooded guy. Those are the disciples. That's what you guys look like right now. Okay. Then over here, the round little guy is Geronimo. He reads your chats. And then we also have the Tomeboys here. Tomeboys, introduce yourselves.
SuperDude83 says.
Hello, Super Dude.
Dinner first.
My name is Ipsum.
Bonaboy Horse says.
And
Now
I'm
ask
Lorb
Geronimo
over
to
here.
pronounce things like
We're called the
ABS,
Tomeboys.
or Worcestershire sauce.
Ponyboy. Why you always gotta be mean to Geronimo like that? He's just doing his best.
SuperDude83 says. Oh, that's cool, the book covers are rigged.
That's right. Dicebag decided to give us movement. He really needed somebody to talk to on stream. He never talks to us anymore, though. No, he has a chat now. Sad. Yeah, the Tomeboys are my little commentators when I remember they exist.
Bonaboy Horse says. Tomboys.
I don't know about that, Ponyboy.
SuperDude83 says. Did you know Palworld has a Terraria collab?
Yeah, I did. It's like all over the place in game. And I really only know about that because it says Terraria in the things that are related to Terraria. Because I don't actually know anything about Terraria.
SuperDude83 says. Nah, it's on an island.
Yeah, I haven't gotten there, but they've got things from Terraria.
SuperDude83 says. In game it's in one place in the whole game.
I'm pretty sure there are items that were made for the Terraria collab that I've
SuperDude83
seen.
says. It's a small island too.
They've got ultra kill stuff too, which I'd never even heard of before.
Super Dude 83 says, I played it. It rocks.
I don't even know what it is. Also, I'm thinking I really should just work subtractively on this whole thing. Filling in all of these things
Super Dude 83
by hand
says,
is going to be a pain.
Boomer shooter, but it's really cool.
Oh, a boomer shooter. You know, the thing I always say about shooters in general is I start getting bored of those with Doom 2. I don't know how the shooter genre really got so big, and, well, I understand how it got so big. It's pretty standard, like, it's a game that everybody would think of if they were just working from first principles on making a game. I guess that's how it sticks around for so much, because it's such a...
I like shooting people.
It's like the generic type of game. That's a fair point, Pony Boy.
You ever play an Half-Life before?
I've not played Half-Life, no.
Super Dude 83 says, disappointing.
The last time there was like a shooter that I actually had some kind of interest in was probably Time Splitters. And that was mostly for the multiplayer and the map creation. Because you can make your own custom maps with an editor right in the game. And play them with friends. And I was pretty good with a flare gun, let me tell you what. I tell you what. And my playlist did not repeat. There we go.
Super Dude 83 says, what was that one game we played before?
I don't know. Well, one game. Can you describe it? Let's see, there's like...
Super Dude 83 says. It was a class roguelike game.
A class roguelike game?
Super Dude 83 says. You get better guns as you go.
Oh. The one with the furries, right? I forget what it's called off the top of my head.
Super Dude 83 says. Yeah.
What was that called? You know what? It's probably in my Steam library right over here. Gunfire Reborn. That's the one.
Super Dude 83 says. I'm digging through mine right now. Super Dude 83 says. Yeah.
That one was interesting, but it I hate that it's a roguelike. I've started hating roguelikes, man. Especially when the roguelike is like, hey, look at all this loot that you can pick up. Oh wait, you don't get to keep any of it, buddy. That pisses me off. What's the point of having loot if I don't get to collect it?
Super Dude 83 says. Kinda got a bunch of them all at once for some reason.
They're still making a bunch of roguelikes. I guess it's an easy type of game to make.
Super Dude 83 says. The whole game genre was flooded.
Guess you don't have to worry about balancing your game when it's a roguelike.
Super Dude 83 says. Slay the Spire and Balatro is really good though.
I tried Slay the Spire and I just couldn't get into it. Like, I'm too much of a... I'm too picky about my card games. And all these roguelike deck builders, like, hardly ever make proper use of card game mechanics. And they're always the same thing, with minor variations. Like, for me, playing a card game means I need to, like, count cards and work on card advantage. And, you know, bluff the opponent. Things of that nature.
83 says. Which is better, Balatro or Slay the Spire?
Ask Tomeboys. Oh, okay, Tomeboys. Which is better, Balatro or Slay the Spire?
Ponyboy Horse says,
That's a tough one,
"Bedtime for me,
considering
all behave yourselves
you've
now."
never played Balatro at all. I guess we'd have to pick Slay the Spire just because we never played Balatro. Maybe Dicebag should play Balatro one of these days. Maybe he shouldn't. I don't know. Ponyboy, you're going to bed already? Somebody's weak. We'll see you around, Ponyboy. Thanks for hanging out.
Super Dude 83 says, "I agree with them and you should play Balatro."
But why play Balatro when I could make progress in Palworld?
Super Dude 83 says, "Buy Ponyboy Horse."
That's the real question. Balatro is a game that I might play if I didn't have anything better to do.
Well, that's true.
But I always have something better to
Super
do.
Dude 83 says, "Palworld is really good."
Palworld is pretty good. I wish Palworld was turn-based though. Palworld had turn-based combat, it would be so good. But that's why we're still making Crytures. I finally put out a first release for Crytures 2, by the way.
Super Dude 83 says, "If it was turn-based, Nintendo probably would have won the lawsuit."
They didn't sue on anything involving turn-based stuff. Excuse me. Nintendo's whole lawsuit was based on summoning pals from like spherical objects and also riding pals. That's basically all they had going for them.
Super Dude 83 says, "Your hiccup sounded like my dog's bark. Thought he was nagging me again."
Are you gonna hear more of it? You know what? Let me go grab a drink real quick.
Super Dude 83 says, "LOL, I'm so sorry for your hiccups."
Happens all the time.
SuperDude83 says, how long are you streaming for BTW?
I usually go till like 11. We get a lot of work done on stream. And I'm nocturnal.
SuperDude83 says, Dan, you a night owl?
I work night shift, man. Of course I'm a night owl. Let's fill this part in too. We're gonna at least finish this thing on stream. Might not start something else. Usually I do, but Palworld cards took an awful lot of time out of this stream.
SuperDude83 says, Palworld has these big pillars everywhere with good loot. You have to hack it, and some of these hacks are silly.
Yeah, I've seen those. Some of them have you like break things. Like, I kind of appreciate how they do stuff like that, but frankly, stuff like that would be way more engaging in like dungeons and stuff.
SuperDude83 says, played a Dead by Daylight skill check just for a ring.
I ran into one where it summoned a pal that I had to fight. And like, that was it. And I was way higher level than that, so it was one I don't think I'd seen before, so I was trying to catch it, but you can't catch them. And I was like, oh wait. I'm supposed to just kill this to open the thing, aren't I? Okay, whatever. They got stuff like that, and then they also got like the chests that require you to have a pal that has like a specific skill to open it. And stuff like that, like, I know I said I hated roguelikes now, but stuff like that would make a lot more sense in a roguelike type of game. Which is why I hate that all the roguelikes are just like one and done things. There's like no carryover between your runs, hardly. It'd be a lot better. Well, you know what? It's like Cult of the Lamb. Cult of the Lamb had a good setup. Well, they've got like a whole settlement that you're building. And in between that, you go on little Binding of Isaac style roguelike runs.
Super Dude 83 says, never beat called. Super Dude 83 says, it was fun toy.
Yeah, I never beat games either. But it was fun for what it was. And I really wished Mugenics was better than it was,
Super Dude 83
because I had the
says,
same kind of thing going on.
beating games is for losers.
I know, right?
Super Dude 83
Elemental
says,
MJ, how's it going?
I'm a Dark
Where
Souls
you
guy
at?
though, so judge me for that.
Oh, over on Rumble. A Dark Souls guy. Oh, you're a bottom feeder. I think I've done all the damage I can do on this layer. We're gonna have to add another one. We'll do darker areas.
Super Dude 83 says, I've beaten Dark Souls 1, 2 and 3, Demon Souls, Bloodborne, Sekiro, Elden Ring. Super Dude 83 says, the whole 9 yards.
I've never really been that interested in beating games specifically, and except for like Pokemon, and that's mostly because I want to get to the post game, and I feel like that's where the actual fun is. The main parts of the Pokemon games aren't that fun to me. Of course, the post games have recently not been doing so great, which is why I'm not particularly excited for the next generation. Might not get it at all, especially since it's on the Switch 2.
You like grinding games?
It depends on what kind of grinding we're talking about. Before Palworld had its 1.0 release, I was playing a lot of Path of Exile. Is that what you consider a grinding game?
Super Dude 83 says, well, Palworld has resource grinding in the end game. Super Dude 83 says, and Pal breeding grinding.
Yeah, I don't know how into that I'll be. But so far I haven't really had to grind at all in Palworld. Anything that might be construed as grinding is basically just automated. At least to some point. At first you might have to grind a little, but eventually you just get something that you can put a PAL on.
Don't get bottlenecked by oil and ancient pores. That's what happened to me.
Well, I've got a powered oil pump going to one of my bases right now, so I don't think I'm getting bottlenecked by oil. At least not at my current tech level.
SuperDude83 says. Nice. SuperDude83 says. I think I LVLED up way too fast.
Yeah.
SuperDude83 says. I skipped a whole res hours in the game.
Seems kinda easy to do that. Like I was saying, the leveling is not particularly balanced if you do any kind of exploration. Or PAL collecting, because I was really diligent about capturing like 5 of every PAL in the beginning of the game. And that probably contributed to my overlevelness.
SuperDude83 says. I went to every region and was catching pals left and right. Was great fun. Them I was LVL 70.
Yeah, getting that PAL capture bonus is like a huge
SuperDude83
chunk
says,
of
You
experience.
look up any kids about base building?
Any guides? No, not really. I haven't really come into a point where I need to like be super optimal about things. I feel like I don't really even have a goal in the game
says,
at the moment.
Had to scrap my original base because of how bad it was. SuperDude83 says. Was a huge pain.
Yeah, having to scrap a whole base and start from scratch is always annoying. I think I had one base that I was working on, or it was just a small one I started. Oh, I remember. I found a place where that had a bunch of ore in the early game, and I needed a bunch of ore, so I just set up like a real quick base there and put some diamond or whatever's in them. With like a berry plantation or something, and just had them go to town for a while. It was more like a work camp than an actual base.
Super Dude 83 says, was it the Red Forest place?
Might have been. It was like right next to the church, I think. It wasn't like an obvious spot where you'd build a base.
Super Dude 83 says, yeah, I did that too.
But yeah, that base didn't last long. As soon as I found a better spot, I was like, okay, we're getting rid of this one.
There was like 8 nodes right there and I had to get in on that.
Exactly. Dismantling that wasn't much of a pain. I didn't expect it to last long anyways. Plus it kept getting attacked. And it hardly had any defenses. Of course, now I don't need to look for that anymore. We got all kinds of perpetual resources for ore at my main base now.
I caught some high-level pals for base building, so they were hyper over-leveled. They were the defense.
Now, if you've got pals that are higher level than you, do they stay at the higher level when they're deployed in the base, or do they get nerfed? I know they're nerfed when they're in your party. Man, there's so much stuff on this piece.
Super Dude 83 says, I think in base they are original level. Had an Anubis in base and it said he was level like 45 but I was 30.
An Anubis? That's a pretty high level one usually.
Super Dude 83 says, no red level cap like in the party.
Interesting.
Beyond the black reed marsh lie the wilder moon woods, where the trees are all hollow like ribs in weathered hoods. The bark bends like cold knuckles, the branches claw the air, and every root remembers a hunger-laden prayer. When dusk comes down to kneel, it never learns to leave. The moon hangs low and bleeding in the teeth of the tree.
Super Dude 83 says, what do you think of the PAL design so far?
I think the designs are pretty good generally. Can't think of any that are like bad. They tend to go for like pretty standard stuff. There's nothing really offensive. Now like in Pokemon when they made a penguin with a giant ice block for a head. Or mix and match fossil Pokemon that just look awful.
Super Dude 83 says, Ice Head. What's that one?
It's called Ice Q. Spelled like so. And it's literally just like a penguin. But then its head is like this. It wears a block of ice on its head with big eyes. And then it has a gimmick where when the ice block breaks, its actual head is just like this. And it's got a big blue head, and that's it. That's its whole thing. It's ugly. We hates it. It's from Gen 8, which has some of the worst designs I've seen.
3 says, yeah, I see it now. That's so silly.
I think they also had like a freaking skyscraper looking dragon in that one. I did not play that generation. It just looked awful aesthetically, and I was like, yeah, I don't want to buy a whole Switch for
Or
this.
is it just peak game design?
I would not say that. As far as Pokemon
Super
goes,
Dude 83 says, peak or not?
what? Homeboys? You know, Dicebag is right. That generation just sucks. They're really ugly. Everything looks bad. You can't save it. It's a bad generation. One of the worst. Possibly the worst. Ice cream cones have nothing on ice head penguins. It's just bad. There you go. Official Tomeboy's opinion. They agree with me. Who would have guessed? Uh-oh. Had a little disconnection there. I think I'm back though. And no, I didn't need a gun to their head. They think that. For real.
SuperDude83 says, stream disconnect there for a bit.
Yeah, I
SuperDude83
noticed.
says, LOL.
At least nothing crashed. That's been my main problem that I've been having recently. My last stream was Crytures release day and I had it crash like twice. 2 times.
SuperDude83 says, the Tomeboys didn't like that questions very much.
The Tomeboys have no power over the stream connection.
SuperDude83 says, so they started to crash your stream. I'm sorry, Tomeboys.
No, he's right. He doesn't give us any kind of power over the streams. We're basically just his drawing book. Now Geronimo, on the other hand, who knows what he can do?
SuperDude83 says, does it hurt when you draw in them or is it a bit ticklish?
I don't think they feel much. What do you think, Tomeboys? What does it feel like when I draw on you? Honestly, it's kinda like getting back scratches. There you go.
Are claimed the work of man, their pride, their bane, crafting gods through skill and pain. Machines awaken, their hearts beat black. From dust they rise, they must.
This picture is way more complicated than I had first suspected
like
it would
the
be.
song mix.
You like the song? A lot of it's freaking like AI generated stuff that I made for Crytures. That way we don't have to worry about copyright. And royalty-free music, which is often still gets copyright claimed by somebody.
SuperDude83 says, the style reminds me of Palworld and Sabaton.
It's power metal. So that would make sense.
SuperDude83 says, that.
Yes. This song is specifically about one of the ancient civilizations in Crytures. The ones with the constructs.
Hakomikoki says, Hellier.
Hello there, Ikomikoki. How's it going there? We're here just working on some art for my monster collecting tabletop RPG.
SuperDude83 says, like the compartment creatures? SuperDude83 says, does constructs?
Yes, those constructs. We did some Palworld TCG box opening earlier. Unfortunately, did not pull any high value waifu cards.
Hakomikoki says, it's legit 2 AM and so. SuperDude83 says, the devs are gatekeeping us. Hakomikoki says, 3.
What you doing up at 2 AM? I say as I usually go to bed at 4 AM. Oh, for me it's still like 10, 11?
Hakomikoki says, 2 can't sleep.
Well, I guess that makes sense. Kinda hard to go to bed if you can't sleep.
SuperDude83 says, I'll get you some chloroform, Hakomikoki.
How thoughtful.
Hakomikoki says, I keep getting nightmares about a 4-year-old kid pushing downstairs.
Pushing you down the stairs?
Hakomikoki says, me. SuperDude83 says, Like you pushing them or they are pushing you. SuperDude83 says. Oh okay. SuperDude83 says. Though you wanted to push a kid down the stairs.
Well, that wouldn't be much of a nightmare then, would it, if it was something you wanted to do?
Nakomikoki says. I really went to drop kick a 4-year-old now. Nakomikoki says. Want? SuperDude83 says. Well, in the dream you can parry his push and counter with your own. SuperDude83 says. You got this.
You can do it. Show that 4-year-old who's boss. Now the real question, do I want to do any softening on the edges of this thing, or is that going to be way too much work?
Last nightmare the mom laughed so. Nakomikoki says. And the mom is buff. SuperDude83 says.
The mom's buff.
You, that was rude of her. Nakomikoki says. Suo.
Well, at least the mom isn't pushing you down the stairs. That could do some real damage.
SuperDude83 says. Was the mom Muscle Man's mom? Nakomikoki says. Yeah, but like Hulk build though.
Hulk build? Ma Hulk?
SuperDude83 says. LMAO.
You know what? I think I made the right choice. This isn't taking too long. We got plenty of time.
Hi, any tips for making a manga?
Well, hello, Dan the artist. My tips for making a manga would be don't, unless you have a lot of time on your hands.
Cookie says. I'm wondering if the stairs get longer.
I've tried making comics and stuff before, and that is a very time-consuming endeavor. So here I am on year 6 of making my tabletop RPG instead.
Did you say stairs? Hakomikoki says. Since last time it was 50 stairs. Superdude83 says. Time is the key with comics. The readers must have content. Hakomikoki says. Yeah, look in chat for context. Dantherdist46. Dantherdist46 says. Yo, I'm making a manga chapter RN.
Really? Yeah, I don't know what kind of advice I would give for that, because I haven't done it that much.
I actually need sidecar actors LMAO. Dantherdist46 says. Characters. Superdude83 says. You could start with short form stories to start with. Hakomikoki says. Do a transgender dude.
She-Man the Barbarian.
Tens. Hakomikoki says. Superdude83 says. Tens. Hakomikoki says. I meant trans. Superdude83 says. LOL. Superdude83 says. You are too tired for this chat.
Who's too tired? Honestly, when it comes to side characters, says, I feel like
I am going to scream.
That's like the most... I would think that's an easier thing. I have a easy time making characters. Is the 4-year-old chasing you? The nightmares are back, are they?
Hakomikoki says. Okay, now I'm better.
Well, glad you got that off your chest.
Dantherdist46 says. Yo, what should I name the manga though it's based on JJK, sealing evil spirits or entities?
I don't think that's a thing I can give you much input on.
You dream so be a line man or something. They seem good at pushing people.
I don't know squat about JJK. Unless that's short for JoJo's Bizarre Kidventures.
Hakomikoki says. I am going to scream again.
Why are you screaming so much?
SuperDude83 says. I think we would need to know how they are fighting the demons to get a good name. Dantherdist46 says. Liak BC Spirit Seal is a terrible name.
You're right, that is a terrible name. Don't use that. You'd have to at least alliterate on that. Maybe use something like Soul Seal. There's a starting point for you. And that's like just a basic. I wouldn't use that either, but it's a starting point.
SuperDude83 says. What about just making it in Japanese? SuperDude83 says. Rei Shiroshi.
Just learn Japanese, bro.
Hakomikoki says. Anyway, I'm gonna go weep in the corner.
Alright then,
says,
thanks for hanging out.
That's the literal translation of Spirit Seal.
We'll see you around Hikomikoki.
Dantherdist46 says. I think they could use martial arts, combined with some kind of energy, still working on the name, to fight the entities, then they could weaken the entities, then seal the entities with some kind of ritual. Hakomikoki says. I am gonna drop kick a 4-year-old.
Alright, you do that. Damn, that sounds a lot like Yu Yu Hakusho, but not so much with the sealing the entities. I think they just beat them up and kill them.
SuperDude83 says. Try looking up Naruto sealing jutsus for some reference.
Oh no, I forgot to add the extra shadow layers to the background.
The Ninja War Saga had fun stuff. Dantherdist46 says. Yeah, I actually watch Naruto LMAO. Dantherdist46 says. I'm in season 4 to 5. SuperDude83 says. Nice.
Naruto's got an alright magic system.
SuperDude83 says. Keep going, then stop at Bruto.
Almost forgot Boruto was a thing.
Hakomikoki says. I am back.
Did you get that 4-year-old?
Dantherdist46 says. I think they should use something similar to the last jutsu the third Hokage used. SuperDude83 says. Sorry for reminding you about Bruto. Hakomikoki says. I drop-kicked a 4-year-old and threw the mom down the stairs.
Was she built like the Hulk? We're gonna have to tweak the color on the background, boys. That doesn't match what I've got going on the pillars, the stalagmite things.
Wait, rate the name of my main character, Cedar Boyapon. Superdude83 says. Nice, well done. Make a MLG edit of it and make millions. Hakomikoki says. Yeah, no.
Let's see, rate the name of your main character.
Superdude83 says. I'm bad.
Mecca like a high, Mecca hiney ho.
Thank you for the follow, Nikoki. We're gonna keep making your name into gibberish until I get it right.
Never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down.
Superdude83 says. Oh wait, I'm not followed. Hold on a sec.
Mecca like a high,
It
Mecca
says.
hiney ho.
What is your follow sound?
That's Jombie. You don't know Jombie? I see Dinsdale Piranha is here too. Hello, Dinsdale. Finding all the channel point redeems.
Hakomikoki says. No.
Jombie's a genie. He grants wishes for Pee-wee Herman on Pee-wee's Playhouse.
Dinsdale Piranha says. Am not. It's slander, told by my enemies.
Really? Well, I'm looking at the chat right here and it says Dinsdale Piranha redeemed Rickroll. Explain that. But back to Dan's main character's name, Satoru Goyapun. Well, you got pun in there, and as we all know,
says, why do you sound like you know a Doug Dimmadome, owner of the Ding Dong Dimmadome? Danthirdist46
as I was saying,
says,
anime characters.
I actually took the cedar apart, even inspired by Satoru Gojo LMAO, from my old OC for Jujutsu Kaisen, and JST changed the last name.
Just change the last name. I was gonna say all anime characters are basically just have puns for names, so it's fitting that his name ends with the word pun.
Through woods of shadow, damp and deep, a conjurer's vow they swore to keep. The spider's brood.
Danthirdist46 says, oh yeah, LMAO.
Accusing eye. Oh, pack of 8-legged blights, so grim, by staff and chant they'll silence them, for redemption calls their fates entwined in questing hearts. Courage they'll find.
Superdude83 says, well, I'm gonna head out. You night owls have fun.
Oh no,
I'm
he's
going to
leaving
bed
me
now.
with all these people.
Vive la
Hakomikoki says, cookies or cakes? Hakomikoki says,
Cookies or cakes?
mandibles clicking, the nests they grow.
Alright, Tomeboys, cookies or cakes?
Inquire where dread winds blow.
Well, I suppose I'm more of a cookie person myself. I'll go with the cakes. You would have the sweet tooth, Ipsum. And what about you? You like the cookies better? That's not a sweet tooth? They're more savory than the cakes. Alright, whatever, guys.
Vive the questions. Oh, hello, the book talks. Super Dude 83 says.
The Tomeboys do talk.
Fave cookie and fave cake.
Oh, fave cookie and fave cake. I don't know if even the Tomeboys really even have taste buds. Tomeboys, what's your favorite cookies and cakes? I'll be the I'll just go with the regular old chocolate chip cookies. They're nice and tasty. They got chocolate in them.
Until now.
He didn't notice the book until now. We got books. This is my drawing book. This is the Tomeboys. My name is Ipsum. And I'm Lorem. We're the Tomeboys. Yeah, there's their introduction. Tomeboys are getting an awful lot of action today. He never lets us talk most of the time. We get nobody talking to us most of the time.
Super Dude 83 says. What about the cake?
Oh, fine, oh, fine. What kind of cakes are there? I mean, I just like regular old kind of cakes that you get at a birthday party.
Super Dude 83 says.
Frosted
No
cakes.
cake.
None of that carrot cakes or what other kind of cakes there are. I don't eat that many cakes. Ice Bag doesn't let us have very many
Super Dude
cakes.
83 says.
Well,
Red velvet is
you
good.
guys don't need to eat anyways, so why would I?
Super Dude 83 says. They need workers, right?
Vive the questions.
Komikoki
They're
says.
not workers, they
Do
are
you like being a sketchbook /
summon
drawing book?
constructs. I can't say we really like it. We don't really remember what we used to be, if we were anything. I'm not sure if we were something before and Dicebag trapped us in the book, or if we were just made as part of the book. Yeah, we're not gonna tell you guys all about that. You guys can be in the dark about that. You don't need to know.
Super Dude 83 says. Dang, they can't even unionize.
No union for magical constructs / bound spirits, no.
Komikoki says.
Yeah, we need to put some coloration on this line art here so it doesn't look all black.
Super Dude 83 says. Okay, now I'm going by everyone.
Now he's going by. Bye, Super Dude. Ooh. This might be more tedious than getting all the shading feathered out and softened up. Luckily, we're getting close to having this thing done. Now we're gonna keep the eyes blue like that. Looks better that way.
Akomikoki says, have you ever listened to Wait a Minute by Willow?
That does not ring any bells, so probably not. Honestly, this should probably be a more
Akomikoki
or
says,
less green color
you
here.
should.
I should. But why?
Dinsdale Piranha says, Willow is still a great movie. I wonder if the show was any good, or utter ass. Akomikoki says, it's one of my fave songs.
Alright, there we go. That looks a little better. I think we just need to add some glow on their eyes. Here, I should probably zoom out so you guys can actually see the thing. You know what, this would be better if I worked additively. We need a smaller brush for this one. There we go. Then we need to tweak the background colors here. Let's just slap a hue on here. That fits a little better. What's going on here? Why isn't this? Oh, okay. There we go. Now it's all in. That little stroke was on a different layer for some reason. I feel like we need to add a little more to the background. Just some impressions of more stalactites and whatnot. Let's see, let's get the other brush here.
Hakomikoki says. Should it treat to sleep?
Are you tired? If you're tired, it might be a good idea. As long as you watch out for any athletic 4-year-olds with their buff moms.
Hakomikoki says. I don't know if he'll have another nightmare.
Well, there's only one way to find out, really. You know what, though? I feel like the background really should be, like, darker near the middle. Like it's a cave.
Says, he'll try so, if 2 come back 2 had a nightmare.
Okay. Let's see. Let's kinda, ooh. We're gonna need some kind of textured erasure here to make it not look awful. Alright, now let's see. We'll add like a lighter part over here. I'm also feeling like around the edges we should darken it a bit. Or maybe around the corners rather. Let's get a lower opacity so it's not so jarring.
Dantherdist46 says, I found a good post for the cover of book 1.
Good, good. I'll just add a little bit of shadow on some of these things. I am taking the simple background that I was going for and making it more complicated. Let's see. Alright, we gotta check this on the other monitor. Probably want to add some kind of overlay to this whole thing, so the colors are not quite so jarring. Yeah, I think that ties it together a little better. Let's try muting this yellowy color though. We'll see how that does with the overlay. Yeah, I don't think that's as good. Not too sure how to make it look more cave-y in terms of lighting. Why don't we just go ahead and we'll put a little bit of rim light on this, like it's being lit from somewhere off camera. And I should make it make a little more sense. Ah! My brush is too big. I'm not even sure if this will be especially noticeable when it's zoomed out. If it turns out to not be noticeable, I guess it's not making it worse, at least. You know what? I think I probably should start calling this done. And by calling it done, I mean nitpick for another 10 minutes or so.
Hakomikoki says, I am back.
Oh, just in time to see the final piece. Did you see the 4-year-old again?
Hakomikoki says, the nightmare got worse.
Well, that sucks. Also, I'm noticing there's a little thing in the background that
Hakomikoki says,
just ain't so good.
no worse.
Okay, that's not part of the background, is it?
Says, yo, should I post my cover later on my YouTube channel?
I mean, I suppose. What is that? What layer is that on? This one? Get out of here. Alright. Crisis averted. If that's the main place you put things at, then I guess that's where you'd post it. I don't know too many good places to put comics on.
Hakomikoki says, my non-existent father jumping off a building.
Was that the toddler's fault too?
Hakomikoki says, no, it was my mom's.
Oh.
Hakomikoki says, and the fact is,
What's the fact? What's the fact?
Hakomikoki says, this happened IRL when I was 12.
Your non-existent dad?
Hakomikoki says, my mother is jail.
Really? You know, don't mean to cast any shade, but it sounds like you might be making things up. I don't know if I believe this story.
Hakomikoki says, in.
That's crazy. But if not, it sounds like your dreams are pointing to some unresolved trauma that you might have. Perhaps. On my casual understanding of dream interpretation. Which is mostly useless. But I have looked up my dreams before. Most of the time you look up dream interpretation and it's like, okay, why was this horrible dream happening? And it's like, oh, because you have anxiety about a thing that happened. And I'm like, yeah, it just happened today. Thanks, I know I have anxiety about it. Thanks, dream interpretation dictionary. Never could have guessed that myself. Anyways, I'm looking for somebody to raid into. Since we got a handful of people here on the Twitch, I think we're done with this piece here. I've done about all the damage I think I can. And it's as done as it will ever be. Let's see. How is Schma going? She's still on her loading screen over here. You know what? I haven't rated Pixel Kitten before. And she's playing Palworld. I'm gonna send you guys over there. So yeah, we're gonna call it quits, and I'm gonna send you over to Pixel Kitten VT.
Koki says, raid another small art streamer.
I don't think she's an art streamer. She is playing Palworld at the moment. But she's one of my follows, so we'll send you guys over there. But she is a small streamer, so she'll get a little boost. But that'll be it for me. I am going to call it here, and hopefully I'll see all you guys next time. I do these streams usually every week on Saturday if you want to see me do more of this stuff and talk to the tomboys, since that seems to be what you guys like to do. So yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.